I don't think that Vane would be what it is today. I don't think that I would have been happy with it. I think I felt that I was compromising so much just because I wanted someone to be working with me. I felt that I
Uh-huh.
was compromising my vision for the company. And not to say that your vision isn't going to change, it's always going to change, it's going to adapt. But what you can tell in your gut when it's a true change that makes sense versus you compromising for the sake of being able to work with someone or have someone on your team when you know it's not a right fit. And so I think what was at stake, one was, I think, my own integrity and building a company that I truly believed in with the vision that I knew could work. And I think that's really what was at stake at that point. And as hard as it was, I'm so happy I made the decision.
I would comment on there was a huge thing at stake. You going to be honest to yourself or you're going to lie to yourself and kind of like compromise, right?
100%.
In terms of the emotions that were running through your brain and how does it affect your life? Were you not able to sleep?
But yeah,
What was symptoms? Yeah.
my anxiety was through the roof. I was going between like not being able to sleep. I was spiraling. I was ruminating, just like staring outside the window, just thinking through all the possible outcomes of, okay, what does this mean? Worst case scenario, what should I be doing? Go fluctuating between like not eating because I was so stressed or stress eating because I was so stressed. So emotions were all over the place. And that's where I say I'm so lucky to have had people, mentors and advisors that checked in on me, that are
Right.
founders themselves or investors that were checking in and saying, "Hey, I've been there. How are you doing?" Want to make sure.
And
And it wasn't, I got so nervous that people were checking in to see, like, had I made a decision? When I made the decision, how was I bouncing back from it? I was so nervous that people were expecting me to perform right away when that
right.
wasn't what was happening. The people that had been there, my true mentors, were coming back and saying, "Hey, emotionally, how are you doing? Are
Wow.
you okay?" Which was incredible. And I think I'm so thankful to them. And I still have those people in my close circle because of that, because I knew it was true mentors I could turn to, not just when things are good, but when things are bad. So
That's good.
emotions were all over the place, to say the least.
And I'm very relieved to hear that you have a great support system around you. That's important for a journey just like this. That
Yes.
you had to make a big decision. Are you one of those leaders who make a decision and you just don't look back? Or were there times where like, did I make the right decision? Should I retract what I told my ex co-founder? Should we make it work? How are you dealing with that type of uncertainty?
Yeah. So I think before making the decision, I kept thinking, I tried really hard to make it work. And so
Right.
I'm the type of person of know what my options are. I'm going to try everything to not have to make the final decision. But there are certain things that you get to a point that you say there's no turning back at this point. And that's where we got to, where I think we could not see eye to eye, that it was very clear of, okay, we're now not only not seeing eye to eye, but it's veering off into territories. Cause it's emotions not only on my end, but also on their end,
Right.
where, we're people at the end of the day. So as much
We
as
are.
we want to say this is a work environment, when it's something that you care about this much about, and it's your baby, there's
Right.
going to be emotions involved. And so I think it got to a point where it was, hey, it doesn't even matter about all of the corporate stuff anymore. I don't even think that we personally can work together anymore.
Right.
Which I've seen him since then. Again, great person. I think it just, emotions were heightened. And I'm the type of leader that I made the decision. I'll try everything not to, and I'll see all my other options.
Right.
And then once I make the decision, that's where I move forward and I say, well, it doesn't matter at this point because the decision's been made and this is where we're moving forward. And it's not to say that you're not going to question yourself. I'll question myself maybe at the very beginning and then
Right.
know, well, it's already been made. So we move forward.